Hey, Extension friends, Nate Birt here at NTAE Key Informant. Excited to spend just a few minutes today talking about the importance of memorializing learnings. And the idea here is that oftentimes we experience things in the day to day rush of getting things done, especially when you're focused on something as impactful as climate. You've got a full plate, right? You're juggling budgets, programs, potentially managing people, reporting to administrators, working with partners, working with clients, etc. And so what happens is we get into this rut of doing the work, and rarely do we get the opportunity or take the time because we feel like we can't afford it, um, to think about what we've learned and how we can benefit from that again and again in the future. Now, sometimes something really dramatic happens, right? Maybe you get a major new opportunity that's really exciting, or maybe something, catastrophic, God forbid, happens, and it's like emblazoned in your memory forever. Like, don't do this ever again, or wow, that was horrible, or whatever. So, what I want to encourage you today is that rather than gravitating to the extremes, either the horrible or the really, really good, which maybe happen once in a lifetime, or just ignoring it all and just doing the work every day without focusing on learnings, maybe try to find some middle ground here and think about ways to practically, within the scope of your work week or within the scope of a month, find ways to capture those learnings and recall them to mind and integrate them so they become drivers of future action and decisions. So just a few thoughts to consider. I love this idea of a swipe file, having a Google Doc or something similar where you capture ideas. And I think it's a combination of wins, things that have gone really well within your role at Extension, losses, like maybe things that didn't work out like you hoped, or maybe if not a loss, then it didn't turn out like you had thought it would, and why. Insights you've gleaned, like things you've learned from talking to clients or from partners or from other extension professionals, and accolades, right? Awards, certifications, personal wins in your career or on your learning journey. And then I think beyond just notes in a file or written in a notebook somewhere, it can be really helpful to have physical reminders of learnings or highlights throughout your career, things you've learned on specific climate programs. So these could be anything from conference badges to plaques and awards, notes from people you like, care, respect, etc. Photos you've taken, dream boards. So I'm not sure if I quite captured this, but basically sometimes a vision board, I think, is the better term. Putting together clippings from magazines and things like that. Like, when we arrive and have the kind of impact we want within our climate program, here's what it would look like, here's what it would feel like, here are the benefits communities would experience, laying those out, gluing them to a board of some kind, so you have that visual reminder on a regular basis, like, this is what we're going for, this is what success looks like. I think having ways to memorialize those learnings, or maybe not just things you've learned, but what you're going for, you're striving for, can be really helpful and encouraging in keeping your spirits up, right? And giving you something to actually turn into action. So at the end of this page here, you see I've placed learnings can be translated into habits, which can result in progress. And ultimately, that's getting you closer to delivering the kinds of outcomes you're hoping for as an extension professional. So if you're not currently finding ways to document on your phone, in a notebook, in a swipe file, in Google Docs, things you're learning, insights you're gleaning, quotes you've heard, messages you've received that encourage you, or things that show you, hey, the work we're doing really matters. Like, people are benefiting from this. They're finding value. Document that. Keep that data. Revisit that at least once a month, because doing so will really give you both motivation, but also give you, aha, like, I need to stop doing this. I learned this years ago, or I learned this last month. I'm going to pivot what I'm doing so I'm more effective, so I'm less stressed, so I'm better able to serve my clients. I hope this is helpful to you. The last item I'll share here, I would love for you to send me one amazing learning or insight you've chosen to memorialize. How did you do it? Did you write it down? Did you save it to an audio file? Like, let me know. Or maybe you have like a physical memento of some kind of that learning or insight. Let me know what the insight was and how you've captured that for future reference at natebert@extension.org. Until then, I am Nate, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Take care.